I am Dr. G. John, Assistant Professor, Department of Anatomy, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today we will discuss the introduction to anatomy. So, in this chapter, we will cover the definition of the anatomy and the branches of the anatomy and some anatomical terms also, and some movements that uh, covered by different parts of the body and the anatomical planes. We will discuss all these things in this chapter. First, we will see the definition of the anatomy. It is the study of the structure of the body parts, and we can say the study of the structures from the microscopic level to macroscopic level. And it is the Greek word uh, anatome, and the anatomy is derived from this anatome, that is the Greek word, means the cutting up. Subdivisions means branches: goose anatomy, microscopic anatomy, developmental anatomy, and some specialized branches of the anatomy. Regional anatomy, the all the structures in one part of the body, and we can say if we are studying the upper limb, then we will study the all the structure of the upper limb, whether it will be bones, it will be the muscles, it will be the vessels, it will be the nerves, and all the clinical condition that covered the upper limb, that we will discuss in this regional region. Systemic anatomy means gross anatomy of the body studied by the system. All the structures that composed of any system, and we will study all the structures, all the anatomy of these structures, and thus we will study the anatomy of the system. As we will study the digestive system, then we will study all esophagus, anatomy of esophagus, anatomy of stomach, duodenum, large intestine, small intestine, rectum, every kind of the organ. We will discuss all the anatomy of these organs. Surface anatomy, study of the internal structures in relation to their overlying skin. If we are studying the deeper structure, then first we relate to overlying skin to that deeper structure, and then we will study the anatomy of the surface. And it is very important in our clinical examination, and this anatomy is further, it will be used for the medical treatment. Cytology, especially we will study the cellular structure of the any organ or the part, then it comes into the cytology. And histology means study of the tissues. Developmental anatomy, we will say the embryology, and a study of the developmental changes of the body before birth. It means in the fetal life there will be development of the all the structures. We will study the all the structure at that level, and we will say this kind of the study is embryology. Specialized branches of the anatomy: pathological anatomy, study of the structural changes caused by any disease. Radiographic anatomy, when we will study the anatomy with the help of the X-ray. And the molecular biology, the study of anatomical structure at the subcellular level. Now we will discuss the medical terms. We will see all the structure of this person, and we have mentioned here all the normal structure and what will be the anatomical name of that, means eye. Then we will see we will say orbital area. Forehead, we will say frontal, nose, nasal, mouth, oral. At this manner, we will study all the names in anatomical terms. Important thing in anatomy is anatomical position. And what is the anatomical position? The subject stand will upright position and eyes will be facing forward. Feet should be flat on the floor, arms lying by side of the body and palms turned forward or the facing forward. So it is the anatomical position of the person, because we will study all the anatomy in relation to this anatomical position. Positions and the directions. Terms of the position and direction describe the position of the one body part relative to another. It usually along one of the three major body plans. Direction and positions. Superior, we will say cranial, also we will say rostral, and sometime there will be written superior and the same time it will be written cranial and rostral. So you should not confuse with all this terminology that is has that has the similar meaning. Superior means the structures being closer to the head or higher than another structure in the body. And we will say this is the superior part or the superior structure relation to the another structure. Inferior, sometime we will say caudal, both meaning has the same, refers to a structure being closer to the feet or lower than another structure in the body. Position and direction. Anterior, we will say ventral also. Anterior refers to the structures being more in front than another structure in the body, and posterior means dorsal, refers to the structure that being more in back than another structure in the body. So we can say anterior means front of the body and posterior means back of the body, and you should not confuse between two similar words, that it is the anterior ventral, because it has the same meaning. Medial means refers to the structure being closer to the midline or median plane of the body than another structure of the body. Lateral means refers to the structure being farther away from the midline than another structure of the body. So all the structures, all the part, all the borders, all the surface that facing the midline, facing the central axis of the body or close to the medial line of the body, that is the medial border, medial surface, or the part that is facing away from the midline, facing away from the central axis body, that part or that surface or that border will call the lateral border, lateral surface, lateral part. Distal refers to the structures being further away from the root of the limb than another structure in the limb. Especially, we will use the distal and proximal terms for the extremities only. Root will be the structure being further away from the distal end, and it will be close where we attached to the body, and we can say the root will be sorry, it will be the further away from the root of the limb. It means there is the root, and the distal part will say that a distal end. Proximal is the root, we will say the root of the part. It means the part that goes to the limb, attached to the body part, attached to the body, and near to the central axis of the body, that is the proximal part. So every time whenever we will see the bone, we should judge the proximal part and distal part. When you divide the skeleton into axial and appendicular bone, you can see the axial bone that is uh, in blue color and the appendicular bone that is in yellow color. So mostly appendicular bones are lower limb and upper limb, and remaining the bones, that is the axial skeleton. Superficial refers to the structures being closer to the surface of the body than another structure, that is the superficial, and deep means the structure being closer to the core of the body than another structure. Ventral means towards the front or the belly, and dorsal means towards the back. Prone means lying face down. If a person lying face down, then we will say this position is prone. And if person lying on face up or the upside, then we will say this is the supine position. Unilateral means pertaining to the one side of the body. Bilateral means the referring to the both side of the body, that is the bilateral. Now we will see the what is the flexor aspect. Front of the upper limb, that is the flexor aspect of the upper limb, and back of the lower limb, that is the flexor aspect of the lower limb. Now we are not understanding when we will move towards the movement of the extremity, then we will understand these aspects in a better way. So don't worry, stick to this point. Extensor aspect, front of lower limb, that is the extensor aspect of the lower limb. Back of the upper limb means extensor aspect of the upper limb. So there are difference in upper limb and lower limb. One is the flexor, another is extensor. One is extensor, then for another same is the flexor aspect. So we will better understand in whenever we study the movement. Now the basic body planes means cardinal planes. These terms are used for planes or the sections that cut the body into two equal parts. So we can see here in the picture a transverse plane, frontal plane, mid sagittal plane, and how where they are cutting uh, these brain into two parts. You can see in a different plane. So what is the anatomical plane? It is very important. What is the anatomical plane and why we need to anatomical planes? Anatomical planes are fixed lines of the reference along which the body is often divided or sectioned to facilitate viewing of a structure. Allow one to obtain a three-dimensional perspective by studying the body from different views. Whenever cut this body along with planes, then we will study the anatomy of all the body parts or the body in a better manner. So first we will discuss the anatomical plan, sagittal plan, the plane dividing the body into right and left portions, and there is a plane also, that is the mid sagittal plane. Mid sagittal planes are names for the plane dividing the body into equal right and left halves. Right and left halves means it will divide the body into two parts. One is the right and another is left. Frontal planes mean would this plane dividing the body into front and back portion, also called the coronal plane. It means the body is divided, the front side anterior portion and the back side the posterior portion in a such manner there will be a partition of two, back and front. Transverse plan. This plan also called the horizontal plane, and it will divide the body into two parts, that will be the upper and the lower portion. If we cut the body through the umbilicus, then it will divide the body into two parts, that that will be the upper and lower part. So we can see in this picture body plans and sections cut into section along a flat surface that is called planes. And we can see here in this picture all the planes in one picture: frontal plane, median plane, transverse plane, and mid sagittal plane. Sectional anatomy: transverse plane divide the body into superior, inferior, or upper and lower part, as we discussed before. Frontal plane divide the body into anterior, posterior section, and sagittal plane divide the body into left and right section. Exactly equal halves mid sagittal, that is divided by mid sagittal planes. So we have revised all these plans in a very short manner in this part. Now we will discuss the movement. So I am thinking that we will discuss in the next video, we will discuss the remaining part of the anatomy, and then we will discuss the movements or the remaining part. Thank you. Thank you so much.